Is across the state canceling fireworks displays because we are under such extreme dry conditions and there's a high fire danger. But one community is getting a little creative.
Team 12's Bianca Bono is live in Carefree to explain. Bianca?
Yeah, Mark Caribe, after Cave Creek was one of those communities who decided to cancel its traditional fireworks show, this resort, Savannah Carefree, decided to plan something that's a little bit outside the box. It's a drought-friendly, cutting-edge drone show. Now, take a look. This is what some of the people attending can expect to see. It's so cool. The company Firefly Drone Shows will be flying dozens of drones around 300 feet in the air, and we're told they can be seen from around 2,000 feet away. Tonight there will be two different synchronized shows with music, one of those at 8:30 and another at 9:15. Now you guys might remember seeing something very similar to this during that incredible Olympics opening ceremony in Pyeongchang this year, where more than 1,000 lit up drones formed those iconic Olympic rings. Several drought-stricken communities across the nation are ditching the traditional fireworks shows this year and turning to these drone shows. So if your community has canceled its fireworks display due to fire danger, there's still time to head over to Carefree. Again, there are two shows tonight, one at 8:30, another at 9:15. And guys, believe it or not, both of those shows are completely free to the public. We're live in Carefree. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
All right, very cool, Bianca. Thanks so much.